two worlds collide. Gondwana and Laurasia merge to form the supercontinent Pangea. The collision forces the crust upward, creating a mountain range that rivals the Himalayas.
These mountains trap moisture, creating a wall that blocks rain from reaching the interior.
Without the ocean to regulate temperature, the heart of the continent becomes a furnace. Trapped inland seas evaporate, leaving behind nothing but vast fields of salt. Rain comes rarely, but violently. Mega monsoons trigger flash floods that scour the landscape. Swamps vanish, replaced by conifers and cycads, plants built to hoard every drop of water.
Welcome to the Red Desert. Iron in the soil oxidizes, painting Pangea in rust.
Animals like Diodectes must migrate further than ever before just to find a drink.
Synapsids, our ancestors, adapt. Their higher metabolism handles the extreme heat better than reptiles. Others escape the midday sun by digging deep underground. Only the Tethys coastline remains lush, a shrinking paradise on the edge of a wasteland. With land masses united, barriers fall. Species spread and compete across a global arena. And in this harsh new world, the first true king of Pangea awakes. Dawn in the Permian. Cold blood leaves the Dimetrodon paralyzed, a statue of flesh and bone. But on its back, a biological solar panel. It turns to catch the first rays. Blood pumps into the sail, heating up rapidly. An engine starting in the morning light. Heat is speed. While others are still frozen, Dimetrodon is already hunting. Dimetrodon means 2 measures of teeth, shearing cutters and piercing daggers. Not a reptile, but a proto-mammal.
A Dilophosaurus, a plant eater. Its sail has crossbars, likely used to ferment tough vegetation in its gut.
It walks with a sprawling gait, yet lifts its belly high. The swagger of the Permian ruler. At noon, the sail reverses function. Turned edge-on to the sun, it radiates excess heat away. An apex predator. It uses brute weight and Terra to dominate the food chain. Perhaps the sail served another purpose. A flushed red flag to attract mates. More mammal than reptile. She may have guarded her nest, a pioneer of parental care. They didn't hiss like snakes. They communicated with low-frequency rumbles, felt more than heard. Let's be clear. Dimetrodon vanished 40 million years before the first dinosaur ever walked the earth. Unable to chew, it uses the death shake to tear bite-sized chunks from its prey. The first true king of the land. A solar-powered ruler of the red supercontinent.
Welcome to the Lake Permian, a land of extremes where only the ruthless will survive.
Meet Inostrancevia, a biological tank, the size of a polar bear. Its arsenal? The first true saber-teeth in history. 12 centimeters of lethal ivory. Unlike reptiles, it doesn't sprawl. It walks tall, legs under its body, built for endurance. It is an ambush predator, camouflaged against the red rock, watching the herd. Explosive power. It can gallop, a terrifying burst of speed unknown in this era. Inside that snout are complex scrolls of bone.
It's not always easy. Small prey like Dimetrodon vanish into the earth, escaping the giant.
Water is life. When the king drinks, the rest of the world holds its breath. They are territorial,
A clash of titans, communicating with low-frequency rumbles.
Its jawbones are evolving into ear bones, hearing the footsteps of prey.
A sunset predator, the apex of 300 million years of evolution.
As night falls, the hunter does not sleep. Its eyes glow, watching the dark.
Meet the Scutosaurus. 6 tons of muscle and bone. The original living tank.
Their skin isn't just hide, it is armor. Hundreds of bony plates called osteoderms.
Even their cheeks are weaponized. These spikes protect the vulnerable throat from predators.
To digest this dry, tough vegetation, they need a massive internal fermentation system.
They don't roar, they vibrate, low-frequency calls traveling miles through the ground.
Water is disappearing. They must dig deep into ancient riverbeds just to survive.
When threatened, they form a phalanx, a wall of bone and spike.
Claws slide off, teeth break. The Scutosaurus is nearly impenetrable, but their weight is a trap. One misstep in deep mud means death. The air is hot and thin. Every breath is a struggle for these giants.
They are parasaurs, a unique branch of life that will leave no descendants.
Built for endurance. They can march for weeks without water.
But in the north, the Siberian traps ignite. The sky begins to turn. Acid rain falls. It burns the skin and kills the food source.
The fortress is strong, but no armor can protect them from a dying planet.
Deep inside the supercontinent Pangea lies a place further from the ocean than anywhere else on Earth.
Here, size is a curse. A giant Scutosaurus lies fallen. But for the small, there is hope. Meet Dimetrodon, a survivor built for this hostile world. Their secret is architecture, a spiral burrow, twisting deep underground to lock in moisture and keep cool.
At the bottom, a mated pair sleeps, a cool sanctuary while the surface burns at 60 degrees.
They don't need a river. Their beak and tusks dig for roots, tapping into hidden water reserves.
But the desert is volatile, a massive sandstorm swallowing in its path.
Entrances are sealed. Many are buried alive, preserved perfectly in their burrows for millions of years.
To survive the long drought, they slow their hearts and sleep, waiting for a season that might not come.
At the last shrinking oasis, enemies share the mud. Thirst overpowers the instinct to hunt.
The ancient Glossopteris forests are dying. As the plants wither, the food chain collapses from the bottom up. Desperation drives innovation. A gliding reptile snatches an egg. In this famine, anything is food.
Desert nights are freezing. The giants shiver in the cold, while the burrowers stay warm and safe. While giants fall, the small inherit the earth. Dimetrodon becomes the most successful animal of the Permian. Finally, rain. A fleeting moment of relief in a dying world.